let us move to Norman, Oklahoma. Ole Miss, coming off a loss at Georgia, goes to Oklahoma, which is coming off a win at South Carolina. Oklahoma is a 4.5-point favorite in this game, Ari. The winner of this game is in really, really good shape relative to the college football playoff, especially if it's Ole Miss, because their schedule is much easier the rest of the way than Oklahoma's. If Oklahoma were to lose this game, you could be fairly certain they're going to drop another one and not make the college football playoff. If Ole Miss were to drop this game, they still might make the college football playoff. So Oklahoma in the more dire situation, but I don't know that those teams are not going into that thinking that way. I think they're both looking at this as an absolute must win.
Yeah, I think that you and I are probably going to end up on the opposite side of this one too, again, because I'm going to do the weird thing. Just based on circumstance and understanding of what these teams are, like I think the general thought process is that Ole Miss is better. No? People will think that Ole Miss is better.
I mean, Vegas doesn't.
I know Vegas.
I don't know that you necessarily think that. I think if you watched Ole Miss's defense against Georgia last week, you have a lot of serious questions about Ole Miss.
If you walked around Nashville the same day that the Tennessee Titans did their schedule release where they ask random women who the logos are, and you found college football people wearing SEC belts and khaki shorts and the school that they went to's polos, and you asked them, hey, who's better this year, Ole Miss or Oklahoma? I think 85% of people would say Ole Miss.
I can buy that. I can buy that.
But this, to me, is a really interesting spot. I'm laying the points, just so you know. I'm going to lay the points here. I'm gonna go Oklahoma on this because I think that their defense is something special. I think it's very good.
But why wasn't it special against Texas? Like, that's the thing. This is what's messing me up with Oklahoma. Like, which version are we going to get? The one that went to South Carolina last week and wrecked shop, or the one that we saw in person in Dallas that looked very average? Like, so I've seen Oklahoma twice in person. I saw them against Auburn. They looked awesome in person against Auburn. Yeah. But if that version that played against Texas shows up, Ole Miss is going to roll them.
Yeah, there's no question. That's a correct thought process. I was there with you. I watched it. They stunk in Dallas. And I don't know the fact that Oklahoma even lost to that Texas team is also just kind of mind-boggling to me. We picked Oklahoma.
They got their ass kicked by that Texas team. That's the part I can't figure out, because I want to know if that game's just the anomaly and what we've seen the rest of the season is the real Oklahoma, or is that in them and can come out at the worst possible time? Like, that's the part I can't figure out.
Well, here's the thing that I like about the game. Oklahoma gave up 300 yards of offense to a team that didn't even get to 200 yards of offense against Kentucky on the road on Saturday. By the way, Texas stinks. Like, I'm putting it out there. I don't know if you...
Well, we got to pick their game later. You can talk about that.
But they scored 23 points. And any time a team can score 23 points in a game, I don't care how many yards they put up or how much you perceive them to get their ass kicked, like, Oklahoma should win that game. I think 23 points a game is a reasonable ask for any defense against any SEC opponent. Like, if the ask in this game is to hold Ole Miss to 14 points, they're going to lose.
What I'm saying is Ole Miss's offense is a lot better than Texas's offense. Like,
it is.
They're going to give up more points to Ole Miss than they probably gave it. Now, look, Texas had a punt return for a touchdown too. So that wasn't all on Oklahoma's defense.
Right. I think that Oklahoma will give up more points to Ole Miss than they gave up to Texas. I think their defense will, especially because it was really only 16 points they gave up.
Yeah.
I think that they'll probably give up 24 points to 28 points. I think Oklahoma's offense, which was also inept against Texas. Let's not, Texas's defense is very good, but Oklahoma's offense stunk. I'm going to chalk that up as John Mateer rushed it back, wasn't ready to play. Rivalry game, weird things happened.
He definitely looked better on Saturday.
I think Oklahoma has a chance to score 1 point more. 5 points more, I should say, than Oklahoma.
I was going to say, you need 5 points, buddy. You don't need 1 point.
I like Oklahoma to win the game. 4.5 is a tricky line. That's a lot of points to lay in a game like this. I like Oklahoma in this game, and I might be stupid. I picked them to make the playoff before the year started. That might end up being really, really stupid. I'm not coming off of it. I think that Oklahoma is laying the points. I think a lot of people are going to take the points. I think you're going to take the points, and I think Oklahoma is going to, show people that they're still a pretty good team. They're a really good team this year.
At Academy Sports and Outdoors, we proudly honor our brave military and first responders for everything you do to protect our nation and serve our local communities. We appreciate your unmatched dedication and countless sacrifices. And from October 19th through November 11th, we're giving you our salute with 10% off your sports and outdoors purchases at your local Academy store and online at academy.com/discount. Exclusions apply, but go to academy.com/discount if you are in the military, if you're a first responder, and get that discount through November 11th. Academy, fun can't lose. You know how much I love Academy Ari. You know, you need a cooler, you need a grill, you need a jersey, you need some shoes. Your kid forgot their mouthpiece before a game. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Go to academy.com if you can't get there in store. And if you are in the military or a first responder, go to academy.com/discount. So I have no problem with you picking Oklahoma here to win. No problem. I have no idea who's going to win this game. And because I have no idea who's going to win this game, because it feels very evenly matched to me, because Ole Miss is going to score on Oklahoma's defense. But if Ole Miss's defensive performance against Georgia is any indication, Oklahoma is going to score on Ole Miss's defense too. Mateer and company are going to have some success against that defense, unless something changes dramatically from last week. I don't know who's going to win this game. It feels very evenly matched. It feels like a game where turnovers could make a huge difference. And for that reason, I'm going to take the team who's getting points. That's really all there is to it.
Mm-hmm.
If Oklahoma were getting 4.5, I'd be taking them. So that's if I feel like it's a pick 'em, I'm just going to take the team that's getting points. And that's why I'm taking Ole Miss to cover.
I also think too that Ole Miss is basically playing in like a CFP play-in game right now. Like if you go and look at Ole Miss's schedule moving forward, it's pretty advantageous. Unless I'm forgetting somebody, Andy. Let me pull it up real quick. River, you can put it up faster than me. South Carolina, Citadel, Florida State, Florida, Mississippi State. Like if they win this game, there's no real reason to think they would lose more than one more.
They would go 3-1 at worst the rest of the way.
So if they go in and get this win in Norman, they're probably going to be in a pretty hard spot to not make the playoff. Though, as I pointed out to River before the show, there are a lot of bid thieves this year, especially now that Miami lost on Friday night and might run the table and then not play in the ACC championship. That might be 2 or 3 ACC teams because they just don't play each other. They don't play each other. There's going to be a lot of teams that might, get stacked head-to-head resume-wise that might keep like teams like that on the fringe. But I think 10-2 Ole Miss is in no matter what. Certainly 1-loss Ole Miss is in no matter what. We'll see.
And 10-2 Oklahoma is in no matter what. 9-3 Oklahoma against this schedule has a chance.
10-2 Oklahoma is in over 10-2 Ole Miss 100 times out of 100. So
10-2 Oklahoma's in over almost everybody else.
Right. Ole Miss would have a harder time. Like they would be more scrutinized at the end of the process. But anyway, they're playing in a really important game for their postseason hopes. It's on the road. People at Oklahoma are going to be fired up. I'll lay the points. It's a difficult game. All we do is pick difficult games. Give me Oklahoma and we'll see what happens.
I am very excited about this. Very excited to watch this game because of the circumstances and because I just don't know who's better. And I love that. And I feel like that's what the SEC's been giving us. And the SEC will tout that as its depth. Fans of Big Ten teams will tout that as the SEC all stinking. I don't know what it winds up being. I'm fascinated to see how this winds up. So, yeah, give me Ole Miss to cover. Not necessarily to win, but to cover.